This time, I'd like to call our regular scheduled village board meeting to order. Let the record reflect that it's Tuesday, August 20th, 2019. Village clock has it at 7:30 PM. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Berg. Here. Trustee Brady.
Here.
Trustee Brennan.
Here.
Trustee Galante. Here. Trustee Glatz.
Present.
Trustee Mueller.
Here.
President Vandenberg.
Here, thank you. Item number 1, at this time, I'd ask for a motion to consider approval of the agenda. Is there such a motion?
So moved.
Properly moved by Trustee Berg,
Second.
seconded by Trustee Mueller. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item number 2, at this time, I'd ask for a motion to consider approval of the minutes of the special village board meeting held on August 6, 2019.
So
Such
moved.
a motion, properly moved by Trustee Brennan. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Brady. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item number 3, Trustee Glatz.
Mrs. Knight, Dean, Drew, and Gwen Forrest, could you guys please come up to the podium? The board would like to consider adopting Resolution 2019-R-087, recognizing Dean, Drew, and Gwen Forrest on assisting their neighbor Linda Knight in distress.
This has been properly moved and seconded. Is there a second on that?
Second.
Second.
Okay.
On July 19th, 2019, Linda Knight was walking alone in her neighborhood and fell on Bootage Lane without a cell phone, sustaining injuries. The Forrest kids witnessed the incident and came to her assistance. Eventually, ensuring that timely medical assistance arrived on site, Ms. Knight wants to recognize the quick actions of these resourceful young children in ensuring the situation did not become worse. I would like to read the resolution. Resolution 2019-R-087, recognizing Dean Drew and Gwen Forrest for assisting their neighbor. The Village of Tinley Park is inspired by its citizens' continual efforts to build an aware, supportive community. Now therefore, be it resolved by the President and the Board of Trustees of the Village of Tinley Park, Cook and Will Counties, Illinois, that the Forrest children be recognized as exemplifying the volunteerism and character of the village residents. Adopted the 20th day of August 2019 by Mayor Vandenberg, Clerk Therian, Trustee Berg, Trustee Brennan, Trustee Glatz, Trustee Brady, Trustee Galante, and Trustee Mueller. Linda, would you like to say anything?
Yes, I was walking my dog, and these wonderful children were across the street, and they were going on their way, and they noticed that I fell. And I truly appreciate their rescue efforts. They stayed together, they went and retrieved their father, called 911, and they knew the rescue procedure. So I am very grateful to all three of them. Let me guess, let's see. Dean is age 9, Drew is 8, and Gwen is 5. And I couldn't ask for better neighbors and better little helpers, rescue. They are my heroes, so I appreciate them.
Would you guys like to say anything? You're on TV.
No?
You-
Gwen? Nothing? Cookies were
Why
good.
don't you go give them the resolution?
Usually the resolution is presented by the person that reads it, but for this special occasion, I'd like to ask the board if we could all be in this together to present it to them.
Sure.
Come on down here to the front.
Could you move in just a little closer? Yeah. Squeeze in just a little closer? Got it. Awesome.
They should get a day off. They should get a day off.
I don't think we called a vote on that, so all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That resolution will pass and it's official. Thank you. Item number 4, trustee Brennan.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to make a motion to consider recognizing Police Officer Robert Trevino on being named Illinois Dare Officer of the Year.
Is there a second? Been properly moved and seconded. Thank you.
On June 14, 2019, Officer Bob Trevino was named Illinois Dare Drug Abuse Resistance Education Officer of the Year at the annual Dare and Juvenile Officers Conference in Peoria. Officer Trevino's law enforcement career started 24 years ago as a cadet in Orland Hills and a community service officer for the Orland Park Police Department. He became a Tinley Park police officer in 2000 and has been a DARE officer since 2002. Bob is responsible for graduating over 5,500 fifth graders over the course of his career and has chaired a DARE committee of volunteers for several years. He is a member of the department's active shooter educational team that helps students and staff with information and options on how to survive an active shooter incident. Bob is also a veteran, field training officer, elderly service officer, and crisis intervention team member. Bob's uncle, Sam Trevino, was a sergeant with the Tinley Park Police Department for over 30 years, and his brother Steve is a Plainfield police officer. Bob often draws inspiration from them and credits much of his success and dedication from following their lead. Bob was selected by the Illinois DARE Officers Committee from a pool of over 100 nominations.
Thank you, trustee Brennan. Bob, why don't you come on forward? Is there a resolution or anything?
No specific action.
Well, we'll just sit here and roast you then. No. We can start with why that beard's so gray.
Stare at me.
Why is that beard so gray? I thought you were a young man.
Almost 45. Almost 45.
Well, the floor is yours if you have anything to like to add to the record.
Well, first off, thank you, Village Board, for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you, Chief. Obviously, I got to thank the people that really matter in my world, and obviously they're my family. Without them, I would be nowhere in this world. So I appreciate them. I appreciate the people that love me, people that put up with me on a daily basis. Obviously, I got to put up with or thank my coworkers. My coworkers are there for me all the time, the Brothers in Blue. So thank you very much. So I appreciate that. I appreciate, and I got two members here actually. My DARE committee. My DARE committee's been with me for 17 years, volunteering their time for many, many events. Some of them average over 330 kids show up, so that's pretty awesome. So I appreciate that, so thank you very much. I'm just humble, so thank you very much for having me.
Thank you, Bob. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Bob, you don't want a picture with your family and the chief?
I just want to reiterate what a prestigious award it is. The amount that he has trained is impressive, but the positive impact he's had on our youth in Tinley Park is immeasurable. But most importantly, he was recognized by his peers. The peers know what it takes day in and day out to do the job. They're the ones that voted for Bob, and it really, really is a prestigious special award. So congratulations again.
Thank you, Chief.
Hey,
Family?
Bob, you got the chief all dressed up in his dress blues. I mean, it's photo time for him, so.
How about family?
Doesn't happen often, I can tell you that.
Anyone else coming down?
You have family members?
I got them all, what, 30 of them?
Coming down?
You want them all up here? Come on down.
Sam?
Yeah, thank you. All right, ready? One more. Got it. Right here. Sorry. Bring your family up.
We're dating ourselves. Wow. Remember Bob?
Seriously.
Okay, we'll continue on with item 5. Trustee Glatz.
I'd like to make a motion to consider the appointment of Connor Rich to the position of Public Works Inventory Technician.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Go ahead.
The village recently conducted an internal recruitment for an inventory technician, following the promotion of another employee and a change in civil service classification. A thorough interview process was conducted, and it was determined that Connor Rich was the best candidate. Connor has worked for the village as a part-time seasonal 2 employee in Public Works since August 2017 in the Streets and Water Division. He has prior experience with Burr Ridge and with Tinley Park Park District and is a graduate of Tinley Park High School. Consider the appointment of Connor Rich to the position of Public Works Inventory Technician effective August 21st, 2019.
Great. Any comments from the board regarding the appointment? Is Connor in the audience? No. Please call the roll.
Trustee Berg.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Motion will carry. Thank you. Item number 6, at this time I'd ask for a motion to consider the following commission appointments for fiscal year 2020.
So moved.
It's been properly moved. Is there a second?
Second.
And properly seconded. Thank you. Before you is the following commission and committee appointments are being made, again, for the 2020 fiscal year. What you see before you are the rest of the commissions that are rolling over from last year, just as their reappointment. This does not include any vacancies.
Is there any add-ons?
There shouldn't be any add-ons to this one, no.
Okay, thanks.
Any comments or questions from the board? Let the record reflect there is none. And roll call on this? Need a roll for appointments to the commissions?
Sure.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Berg.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
And the motion will carry. So thank you to all of our volunteers and our commissioners. Item 7, this time I'd ask for a motion to consider approval of the following consent agenda items. Is there such a motion?
So moved.
Properly moved by trustee Berg. And is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by trustee Brady. Madam Clerk, can you call these into the record, please?
Item A, consider adopting ordinance 2019-0-045, authorizing the disposal of surplus personal property owned by the Village of Tinley Park. Item B, consider adopting resolution 2019-R-086, approving the release of minutes from certain executive session meetings. Item C, consider request from Harold Viking Lodge Number 13 to conduct a Queen of Hearts raffle beginning September 3rd, 2019, with the winner being drawn each Tuesday at the Viking Lodge, 6730 175th Street. And lastly, item D, consider payment of outstanding bills in the amount of $3,478,148.97 as listed on the vendor board approval report dated August 9th and August 16th, 2019.
Thank you, Clerk. Does any board member care to remove any of these items from consent? Let the record reflect there is none. Please call the roll.
Trustee Berg.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Motion will carry. Thank you. Item number 8. At this time, I'd ask for a motion to consider adopting ordinance number 2019-0-046, amending Title 11 of Chapter 112.22 of the Tinley Park Municipal Code, addition of one Class E liquor license for Speedy Burrito at 7108 171st Street. Properly moved by trustee Glatz. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by trustee Brady. Thank you. The proposed ordinance would increase the Class E liquor license by one. The applicant currently operates a full-service restaurant located again at 7108 171st Street, Tinley Park. And this, upon approval of this ordinance, the total number of Class E liquor licenses would be increased to 8. This is eligible for adoption. Any questions from the board? And we'll call the roll, please.
Trustee Berg.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
No.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Motion will carry. Thank you. Item number 9, trustee Mueller.
I move we consider ordinance 2019-0-047, approving text amendments to section 5.c.9.e glare of the zoning ordinance to incorporate lighting regulations for multifamily, commercial, and industrial zoning districts.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bill. Staff has proposed draft text amendments to the performance standards that regulate glare for multifamily, commercial, and industrial districts. Proposed changes to the zoning ordinance regulating glare include additional definitions related to lighting, establish minimum and maximum parking lot pole heights, and the creation of acceptable average light levels based on the type of use. Car dealerships will have their own unique level of lighting based on the nature of the operations with the display of vehicles and security concerns. The ordinance also addresses nonconforming properties that do not meet the new regulations. Moving forward, staff believes it makes sense to provide additional guidelines for regulating exterior lighting to promote attractive new developments and aid developers in preparing their plans for review by the village. The Community Development Committee directed staff at the May 28, 2019 meeting to draft regulations to amend the zoning code. The draft regulations were discussed and reviewed by the Plan Commission at a public hearing on June 21, 2019. The Commission voted 4-0 to recommend approval of the text amendments. This is eligible for first reading.
Thank you, trustee Mueller. Any comments from the board? Again, this is up for first reading this evening. Any comments from the public regarding this item? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion will carry. Thank you. Item 10, trustee Mueller.
I move we consider ordinance 2019-0-048, granting text amendments to sections 2.b definitions and v.b Schedule 1, and 8.a.10 number of parking spaces required, and 12 Legacy Code, Section 3, Table 3.a.2 prohibited uses of the Village of Tinley Park's zoning ordinance to regulate banquet facilities as a special use, permitted use, or prohibited use.
A lot going on there.
That's a lot.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you.
The Tinley Park zoning ordinance currently regulates banquet facilities as a permitted use in office and restricted industrial and general manufacturing zoning districts. It is not identified as a permitted or special use in any other district. In addition, there is no definition provided for banquet facilities. The proposed text amendments will allow banquet facilities as a special use in the B1, B2, B3, and B4 districts, and a permitted use in the B3 district. Sorry about that, so strike B3 from the special use on the first one, with limitations related to the size of the facility. It will be a prohibited use in B5 and all legacy districts. In addition, a proposed definition will be added to the zoning ordinance to assist in distinguishing this use from other similar uses in the code and specifying parking requirements related to banquet facilities as a means to mitigate any potential impact on surrounding land uses. The Plan Commission held a public hearing on August 1st, 2019, and unanimously recommended the proposed text amendments for approval to the village board. And this one is going to be for first reading, but I would like to make an amendment to it as well. Mr. Mayor?
So we have the motion to approve on the floor. If you want to amend this ordinance, it would be proper now to make a motion to amend. Let's get a second on that.
Yeah, and then you can
And then we
tell
can
us what you're
discuss the amendment, vote on that, and then back. to
Okay,
the-
so it's been properly moved to amend the ordinance by trustee Mueller. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by trustee Berg. You want to give us just,
Yes, just in the B1 district, I believe we have a responsibility to the residential districts that surround these B1 districts to not have overflow of parking affect their streets. And I believe we also owe the business owners looking for special uses in B1 to clearly understand what we consider appropriate upfront before they go through the special use process. So I'd like to amend this to go to 1.5 parking spots per 100 square feet in the B1 district.
So
1.5 per 100 square feet in B1.
Yes.
Does any board member care to comment or ask questions regarding that?
So each spot's 100 square feet now, and this would make it significantly less?
No, it would be the size of the facility. We would ask that they have 1.5 parking spots per 100 square feet, just so that we don't have overflow into the residential areas if they have a banquet there.
And that's a step up, right?
It's a step up from 1.
Any other comments or questions? I don't think that's unreasonable. So, there'll be a roll call on the amendment,
correct. Roll call
and then there'll be a voice on the reading.
on the amended first reading motion, correct.
So we just need to do one roll.
No. Yeah,
No,
one roll on the.
on the amendment.
On
and
the
then
amendment, then
a
voice
second.
vote
That's
on
right,
it.
okay. That
You
was,
got it.
I-
You're saying the same
First one
thing.
was
You're
right.
saying the same
All
thing.
right.
That's right.
So we'll call the roll on the amendment.
Trustee Berg.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Okay, so the amendment will pass. We'll do a voice vote on the ordinance. This is for first reading. So then the final adoption of the ordinance will have the
Will
amended.
reflect the amendment.
Okay, very good. So all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion will carry.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
You're welcome. Thank you. Item 11, Trustee Glatz.
I'd like to make a motion, consider adopting Resolution 2019-R-083, approving a contract extension with Beverly Snow and Ice, Inc. for snow and ice removal at 21 parking lot locations in the village of Tinley Park.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Brady. In 2018, the Village of Tinley Park competitively bid the service contract for the snow removal by a qualified contractor for 21 parking lot locations located throughout the village. The bids were required to include pricing for 2 optional contract extensions of 1 year each that may be approved at the sole discretion of the village. Beverly Snow and Ice, Inc. provided the village with acceptable service levels during the 2018-2019 winter season. Funds for this contract are budgeted and available in the current fiscal year budget. The estimated amount of this contract extension is $342,720, but can vary based on the frequency and amounts of snow removal required. This item was discussed at the Public Works Committee held on August 13, 2019. Consider awarding a contract extension to Beverly Snow and Ice, Inc. for fiscal year 2020 parking lot snow removal. This resolution is eligible for adoption.
Thank you, Bill. Any comments from the board? Any comments from the public regarding this item? Please call the roll.
Trustee Berg.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Motion will carry. Thank you. Item 12.
I would like to make a motion to consider adopting Resolution 2019-R-084, approving the contract extension with Zaneri Trucking and Excavation for snow removal of the cul-de-sacs in the village of Tinley Park.
Is there a second?
Second.
In 2017, the Village of Tinley Park competitively bid its 252 cul-de-sacs for snow removal. The contract terms allowed the village and at its sole discretion to extend the agreement up to 2 additional years. Zaneri Trucking and Excavation provided the village with acceptable service levels during the 2017-18 and 2018-19 winter seasons. This service contract would be 2% higher than the previous year per the contract. Staff is recommending the village exercise its option to extend the agreement with Zaneri Trucking and Excavating for the 2019-20 snow season. This estimated amount of the contract extension is $236,250, but can vary based on the frequency and the amounts of snow removal required. The item was discussed at the Public Works Committee meeting held on August 13th, 2019. Consider awarding the contract extension to Zaneri Trucking and Excavating for the fiscal year 2020 cul-de-sacs snow removal. This resolution is eligible for adoption.
Thank you. Any comments or questions from the board? Anything from the public regarding this item? Let the record reflect there's none. Please call the roll.
Trustee Berg.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Motion will carry. Thank you. Item 13.
I'd like to make a motion to consider adopting Resolution 2019-R-089, approving a contract between the Village of Tinley Park and J&J Newell Concrete Contractors Incorporated for 2019 Sidewalk Gap Program.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. The Public Works Department, in its role to maintain its village-owned sidewalk, has added a separate line item in the fiscal year 2020 budget to construct new sidewalks along a number of selected streets throughout the village. This service contract was advertised in the local newspaper and on Quest CDN. 3 sealed bids were received on August 2nd, 2019. The low responsible bidder was J&J Newell Concrete Contractors, Inc., in the amount of $131,217.50. Village staff has worked with this contractor before and found it to be a credible, trustworthy contractor, and it is also IDOT pre-qualified. The engineer's estimate for this project was $149,930. The budget available is $150,000. This item was discussed at the Public Works Committee meeting held on August 13, 2019. Consider awarding a contract to J&J Newell Concrete Contractors in the amount of $131,217.50. This resolution is eligible for adoption.
Thank you, Trustee Brennan. Any comments or questions from the board or from the public? Clerk, can you add the rest of the bid totals into the minutes as well? And this will be a roll call.
Trustee Berg.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Motion will carry. Thank you. Item 14.
I would like to make a motion to consider adopting Resolution 2019 R-085, approving a contract extension with B&B Holiday Decorating LLC from Des Plaines, Illinois, for the 2019 Christmas decorations.
So moved.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Thank you.
In 2018, the Village of Tinley Park put a request for proposal, RFP, for Christmas lighting and decorating services for the downtown area. B&B Holiday Decorating was awarded the contract. The contract allows the Village of Tinley Park to renew the contract in one-year increments at the village's discretion. B&B Holiday Decorating provided the village with acceptable service levels during the 2018 and 19 holiday season. As such, the staff is recommending the village exercise its option to extend the agreement for the 2019-2020 holiday season. Funds for the contract are budgeted and available for this expenditure. Consider awarding a contract for the 2019 downtown Christmas decorations to B&B Holiday Decorating LLC from Des Plaines, Illinois, at the cost not to exceed $32,925.82. This contract was discussed at the Public Works Committee meeting held on August 13, 2019, and this resolution is eligible for adoption.
Thank you. Any comments or questions from the board? Any comments or questions from the public? Please call the roll.
Trustee Berg.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Motion will carry. Thank you. Item 15, Trustee Berg.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to make a motion to consider adopting Resolution 2019-R-090 for the approval of the purchase and installation of new holiday illuminated decorations for downtown Tinley.
So moved.
Thank you, Bill. In preparation for the 2019 holiday season, the following holiday decorations for downtown Tinley are recommended for purchase. 4 6x6 illuminated snowflakes at $14,944. 1 9x8 illuminated reindeer at $4,273.50. 3 6x6 illuminated reindeer at $6,854. 1 6x6 illuminated reindeer at $3,757 and I believe 50 cents. One fountain light up display at $11,050. And installation, takedown, and maintenance and storage costs of $9,810. The total purchase and installation cost of $50,688.55. These decorations were budgeted for in the fiscal year 2020 marketing budget and discussed by the Public Works Commission and held on August 13, 2019, and recommended for approval. This resolution is eligible for adoption.
Thank you, Trustee Berg. Any comments or questions from the board? Any comments or questions from the public? Please call the roll.
Trustee Berg.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Absolutely, yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item 16, Trustee Brennan.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to make a motion to consider adopting Resolution 2019-R-088, authorizing an intergovernmental agreement between Consolidated High School District 230 and the Village of Tinley Park, providing for a school resource officer.
Seconded.
Thank you, Mike. Under the terms of the new school resource SRO agreement, a Tinley Park police officer would be assigned to the high school throughout the school year. The agreement was revised to create a standardized agreement among all the municipalities serving the 3 high schools in District 230: Stagg and Palos Hills, Sandburg and Orland Park, and Andrew here in Tinley Park. Duties of the school resource officer will include, but are not limited to, the following: protecting school property, students, school personnel, and visitors from criminal activity by patrolling the school building and grounds and attending school functions. 2, enforcing state and local criminal laws and ordinances. 3, taking appropriate action on violations of the law involving juveniles, and working with the Andrew High School administration and teaching staff concerning safety, drug education, conduct, counseling, and preventative discipline. Per the terms of the agreement, the school will pay the village an annual sum for the SRO's services. For the first year of the agreement, the payment to the village will be $104,334.60. In subsequent years of the agreement, the payment shall be increased annually by 2.5%. The agreement will continue until terminated with 60 days' notice by either party. This item was discussed at the Public Safety Committee held on August 13th, 2019. This resolution is eligible for adoption.
Thank you, Bill. Any comments or questions from the board?
I have a question. What's the difference between what we have currently?
We had, between Stagg, Andrew, and Sandburg, there was 3 different agreements. I met with Chief Madigan and Chief McCarthy, and we came up with one agreement. The only difference between all of us is what the payment would be by each individual agency. We submitted that separately.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
That was
Good. Very good. Any comments from the public or questions from the public? We'll call the roll, please.
Trustee Berg.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Motion will carry. Thank you. Receive comments from staff. Item 17.
Yes, I'd like to make a clarification from the last board meeting in regards to the garbage contract. There was a misinterpretation of the discount. It was $1.50 off of the monthly price versus the $1.50 for the total cost. So it's $1.50 off of the monthly price for seniors for that. And then for disabled veterans, it's 100% disabled veteran with proof from the VA would get free service for that, so.
So just to clarify that, 100% disabled veteran.
Correct.
Gets 100% discount.
Correct.
Okay. That's clear.
And there'll be more information coming out by the end of the week with that on our website on the process to get signed up for those discounts.
Thanks, Pat. Anything else from staff?
Yes, I would like to let you know that our Community Resource Commission is in search of some videographer volunteers. They, as you probably know, put on our Discover Tinley show and Chamber Spotlight show. And to facilitate this search for volunteers, they're having an open house at the Tinley Park TV studio on Monday, September 9th from 6 till 8 p.m. That's over at 183rd and 80th Avenue. So if anybody's interested, you can be as young as 15 years old, got some great equipment and willing to teach people to learn our video equipment. Also would like to mention that this Saturday, August 24th, Rockstar Rodeo will be performing at the Downtown Tinley Music in the Plaza from 7 till 10 p.m.
Thank you, Donna. Anything else from staff? Nope. We'll move on to item 18, receive comments from the board. Does any board member have any comments this evening? Trustee Brady?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to recognize, I see in our audience that we have a Boy Scout in the audience.
could you stand up? And what is your name and why are you here? I think I know, but I want to make sure. You want to come to the microphone? Didn't know this was going to happen, did you? Well, I'm a Boy Scout leader, so you got caught.
My name is Jack McDonnell, and I am here today to finish my community citizen of the community merit badge. I need to attend a town hall meeting.
Okay. For those who don't know, there are 12 Eagle merit badges that he has to get, and 3 of them deal with citizenship in the world, citizenship in the nation, and citizenship in the community, teaching our Eagle Scouts what it is to be part of those 3 departments. So glad you're here. Did you learn anything?
I learned a lot. Yes.
All right. Would you care for a copy of our agenda tonight, or do you have one? You have one?
We have
Okay,
one.
good.
Thank you very much.
Good luck to you.
We spent a lot of money.
What rank are you?
I am only a second class.
Okay, well, you've got time. And hopefully, I may see me again. I do the Eagle Board of Review.
Dun, dun, dun.
Maybe
Dun, dun, dun. What troop are you in?
Troop 318.
Where's that out of?
Orland.
Orland.
Thanks for coming over to Tinley.
Thanks for choosing.
You live in Tinley, but you're over there? Okay. This is a better board meeting anyways.
But we have a better troop in Tinley.
Well, yeah.
I'm with Troop
I'll let you guys
911.
fight that out. All right,
Well,
you
thank
can have
you,
a
son.
seat. Anything else from the board? I would just comment that for the educators that are on the dais, good luck to a new season, or school season. I know it's starting this week if you haven't already.
Thank you.
And to all the youngsters at Tinley Park, including my kids, it better be good this year and have a good school year. Move on to item 19, receive comments from the public.
Is addressing the board regarding the Racino concept good? Is this a good time to do that?
This would be the opportunity to do so, sir.
My name's Jim Salkis, live in the beautiful Kimberly Heights subdivision, 16430 Leslie Ann Drive. I've been reading in the local papers, actually on the internet, about the board seriously considering a Racino for the mental health tract land, and I hear they're actively pursuing this now. I have a friend of mine who actively plays, quite frequently plays the ponies, and he told me the first comment he made was the fact that it's a dying industry, horse racing. And I knew nothing about the future of horse racing. I don't bet on the ponies. So I did some research on it and found some quotes online I'd like to read. Horse racing in America today, compared to other sports, is marked by decline in the number of tracks, total attendance, number of horses bred in racing, owners, purses paid to those owners, wagers placed by the bettors, and the number of people employed by the horse racing industry. Another quote is in 1985, 4% of Americans named horse racing as their favorite sport. It ranked 8th overall in that year. Fast forward to 30 years, and a Harris poll in January of 2016 found that only 1% of Americans claimed horse racing as their sport of choice. It ranked just behind swimming and track and field as the 13th most popular sport. I noticed that in some of the articles I mentioned, the amount of money spent on horse racing has plummeted. And wasn't it just a few years ago that the Chicago racetrack owners were asking for permission to operate as casinos and do other gambling, bring other gambling in, just to offset their losses? Young people bet on various sports like baseball and such, but nobody at that age bets on horse racing. They don't know the difference between a win, place, and a show. And I think the village needs to return to some semblance of sanity and revisit the options for this mental health tract. I mean, Oak Lawn, they lost their Kmart and they were able to bring in a Cooper's Hawk and a Mariano's grocery store. And I think that's something that the village should consider as, high-end businesses such as that. I think a mixed-use development for the track would be fine, but I don't think it should include any gambling. Gambling might generate revenue for the village, but it wouldn't do anything for the average resident's property value. I mean, Joliet has 2 casinos, and nobody says with all their casinos, Joliet is a great place to live. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other comments? Mr. Centeni, like to step forward?
Good evening. My name's Ron Centeni. I've been on the DARE committee for how many years? 20, 25 years? 25 years. And I've seen a lot of DARE officers in the program, and this village has been so fortunate to have had such outstanding people running that program. They have built that program into something that is just amazing. And Officer Servino has done a super job keeping that program high and going even higher. So I want to commend him and the police department for this program, and hopefully the village will continue to support the program at a very high level for many years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
If there's no other comments, we'll move on to item number 20. I would ask for a motion to adjourn into executive session to discuss the following items: the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees of the public body or legal counsel for the employees of the public body or legal counsel for the public body, including hearing testimony on a complaint lodged against it, an employee of the public body, or against legal counsel for the public body to determine its validity. B, the purchase or lease of real property for the use of the public body, including meetings held for the purpose of discussing whether a particular parcel should be acquired. And C, the setting of a price for sale or lease of property owned by the public body. Is there such a motion?
So moved.
Properly moved and seconded.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion will carry. We'll be in executive session. Thank you very much for coming out.